we already might have a sneak peek of the Nintendo Switch Online next batch of games that are coming into their subscription service, which is going to be the DS and 3DS games. I already made a video about that a couple of weeks ago, but there is actually more evidence that there is another patent they just put in from Nintendo. And what's really awesome is that this guy by the name of Mike Odyssey is the one that confirmed it. And this is like the United States patent application. It says, Nintendo DS coming to the Nintendo Switch Online confirmed, the patent discovery of a lifetime. And the following patent shows how the Nintendo will manage the dual screen situation of the Switch 2. You will have three options. First is the dual screen, the parent screen, and then the child screen. The second one is the single screen mode, which is like a picture on picture. And then the third thing is the switch mode, which is the switch between the screens. So it just already tells you that this was actually patented already filed on April 1st, 2025. And it looks legit, guys. It looks legit. And they just published it already on October 16th. So just a couple of days ago. The time of this recording is April 18th. So 2 days ago, this is what we see. And we're already seeing like the image app and like the image of how it's going to be looking like. And as we go along, this is just kind of like an idea. Like the first image, you see kind of like a figure on the top. And on the bottom, you see the single screen mode where you have the picture on picture. So you see the second image on the very corner on the very bottom right. And as we go further, you see the single screen mode image virtual space. So this is like the Switch. This is the first image. And then the other screen on the bottom is the single screen mode on the map image. So this is the second image. So you have like the image on the top and then the image on the bottom. So the top one is the attachment. The bottom one is the actual Switch that you are using. So that looks freaking amazing. And yeah, I think this is like a very cool concept. And what's really cool that actually someone made a virtual presentation of how the concept is going to look like. So we're going to be seeing that right now. So for example, if you remember, there are two USB outputs on the bottom and top, and this is how it would be attaching that second screen to the top or in the bottom in a way. It's kind of like an upside down thing, and this is how it's going to be looking like. So it means like you see that it did a kind of upside down thing. So I don't know if the controllers can actually, work that way in a way, but that's just the concept. But so I think in a way, just going back from frame by frame, this is just the concept, right? I think it's going to work out something similar to this. So you see that the thing that's on the top, that is the second screen attachment. That's how it's going to look like. Very simple. It's just going to connect it right there. Boom. And then I know it's upside down, but again, it's just a concept. And look, that second screen is a very good screen protector. And then when you open it, look how beautiful that screen is. Just look at that. And then this is just an example of what game it would look like. So Tomodachi Life 2, right? And you see that, on the top is basically the game itself, but on the actual screen that is your Switch is the touch screen. So imagine that we're going to get, if the DS and the 3DS games, we're actually going to get the stylus that comes with it. So we're going to get a stylus for the Switch 2. And we already had stylus before, but this one's going to be specifically for this Switch 2 attachment, which is going to be playing like the 3DS and the DS games. And this is just like another example, like a camera. So maybe like a 3DS kind of effect type of thing. And you just switch it back. So this is just a, like a rendition. But what's really cool about this is just like how it looks cool. So you see how there is that USB right on the bottom. And then this is the one on the top. So this is the one that they would attach it to, just like what we saw right here. Right, so this is how, again, see, it attaches right there perfectly. Perfect right there, boom. And then you already have, your screen protector second Switch, and that is it. And someone actually put like a very cool concept of how it would look like. So this would be like the DS Switch Online and the 3DS Switch Online, and then would be another artist rendition of how the Switch Online dual screen would kind of work, like an artist rendition. But there's also is another possibility that Wii U games could be possibly coming into the Switch too as well. So, because if it's doing like the dual screen kind of thing, there is a possibility for that. And if that is the case, the possibilities are endless. We're going to get probably, hopefully, it's not just Switch Online. I think it would be really cool if Nintendo would pour some resources and do a lot of remasters on the DS games, 3DS games that you could physically own or even downloadable own. Like, we cannot be just talking about, you know, streaming the games just over and over again. We need to have something that you could own and actually have a practical use for the screen, not just the Switch, you know, online service. But what about you guys? What do you guys think about this Switch Online, you know, attachment for the DS and 3DS games? Write your comments below. Does it look pretty cool? And do you think it's going to come out? We're going to get any news about it next year? Make sure you write your comments. And again, if you like the content of this video, please hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, hit the notification so you know future videos are available. Alright everyone, I hope you enjoyed today. And again, stay awesome.